What's up, everybody? TDN Horror Stories here, back with another episode of the DarkNest Podcast. Today, as always, I am joined by my adorable co-host, As the Raven Dreams. Say hello.
Howdy.
There you go.
Hello.
And we're also joined by this is probably the most excited I've ever been for a guest, I'm going to be honest, because I love this dude. I think he is one of the best narrators around. He's also very, very kind. As you're gonna
He's
come
also
to,
very pretty.
he's a very pretty man.
He is.
You know him for his very soothing voice and his narrations, but you also might know him for his incredible impressions for Chills and Corpse Husband. Please give a warm welcome to GenSen.
Yay.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that warm
Thanks
welcome.
for coming here. I know you're a busy dude, so I know that. So you actually stopping by is like a huge honor. Thank you so much for hopping in. How you been, dude? How you been doing?
Been good. Yeah, I streamed for like 4 hours last night, and it got out of hand. Usually I stream for like an hour tops.
What do you mean out of hand? What happened? Did you kill somebody? Like, what happened?
No, well, I guess in a sense, yeah. I did an animation stream, so
I saw the
you know,
Among Us thing.
Us
Yeah.
gig.
You're getting
Yeah,
really
so
good
we
really fast.
Yeah, I've had a really good teacher. His name's Robin. He does like the intros for like Let's Read and Lazy Masquerade and a whole bunch of other guys.
Nice.
So he's been teaching me.
Wow. So we don't know each other personally. We haven't talked that much, but I've always been curious. Maybe I don't know. Maybe this is super fucking obvious. How did you get your name? What does GenSen come from?
So, yeah, GenSen. It's kind of a weird one. When I started doing YouTube, I actually had a channel before I did horror narrations, and my earliest videos, they're like animated storytime videos, and that's kind of what I did previously. And when I was coming up with the name, I think I was like 19 at the time, and I was like, I need a cool channel name, something that rolls off the tongue. And that's the only thing I could think of was it has to roll off the tongue. So I was saying words out loud, and then finally came across like Jen. I was like Jen-Len, Ben-Len. I was saying things that kind of come off easily, and then it was like GenSen. I was like, there we go, that works.
That works.
And then I just changed the J to a G.
So it doesn't mean
All right.
anything. It doesn't
No,
stand
there's
for
no
anything.
meaning.
It's just because I always thought it was like an abbreviation
Just
for
kinda cool.
something. Yeah.
Like general sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone always says general sense, or they say like, and then I think over time everyone started calling me Gen Senpai.
Oh
And,
no.
it just
I think
kind
you
of
did that to
developed.
yourself though. I feel like you made that happen to yourself.
More lately Daddy Sen, which is like kind of I'm on the fence about.
I'm a little apprehensive, but they pay the bills,
Take
so
what I can get.
just breathes really heavily. I just gotta let it happen, I guess. So, just panting. So, you're a fellow horror narrator, a very good one at that. Like, really fucking good. Obviously, like, listen to yourself. There's no way you wouldn't be good at it. If you weren't, I would be weirded out as to why you weren't already. So, besides horror narrations, you do a lot of impressions. Where did that come from? Like, where did like you just doing impressions and just randomly, like, how did the Chills one start? Like, where did you come
Okay,
up
so
wanted to do that?
I guess impressions, those came from like a lot younger. Me and my brothers, we'd watch, Adult Swim and stuff, Cartoon Network. And we would just do the voices. We would listen to characters and do the voices, and we had a VHS, and we would take old tapes and record over with a Rock Band microphone. I can't remember how
So
we
you
set it up. But we set
dubbed
it up with the Rock Band.
Shit.
Yeah, we would dub our own cartoons with the VHS tape and watch them back. And it was super funny at the time. And then as I got older, I would just do them just for groups of people that thought it was funny. And then as I learned what Discord was, I was starting to go on a bunch of Discord servers with a bunch of people, and someone was doing the Chills voice, and I was like, oh, I like Chills, he's funny. So I tried doing the voice, and they're like, dude, that's spot on. So from there, it just kind of developed to people just. I remember one night in Discord, I was with a bunch of random people, and we were talking for like 6 hours just doing the Chills voice back and forth. It was so dumb but funny.
That it's
Yeah,
really
that's
well done, and it's really funny that your baseline voice is kind of a mixture between Corpse and Chills. It's just kind of like a middle ground for it, so it doesn't seem like it's too hard for you to do either one. So it's
oh yeah,
really
definitely
interesting. Like
not.
listening to you now, it's like, oh yeah, you can totally do Canny or Corpse Husband or Chill super easily because your voice is already kind of like a middle point for all three of them. Before we continue, Fear Crawler, thank you so much for the $20, dude. That's fucking amazing.
Greatly
Thank you.
appreciated,
I
man.
love
Thank
you.
you.
But yeah, it's always interesting because I've always been into impressions, and I've never really been like spot on with them. It's always just like, yeah, I can get a little bit close, just not like super close. So it's interesting to see someone who's so fucking incredibly good at it that it's almost scary that you're not actually all three of them. Like your Corpse Husband and your Chills and just you just sound like completely different people, and it almost seems like it's all a facade that you are all three. Like
I've never seen them in the same room, dude. Just saying.
have you ever seen Corpse Husband, Chills, and GenSen in the same room? I think not. But it is scary. It is scary. You're really, really good at it. And it all memes aside, like, holy shit. It's really well done. And yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, and then I know Let's
never
Read,
seen it.
he's got his meme account on Instagram. But he always asks me to do like Joe Swanson memes, so yeah, that's another voice I can do pretty well.
Yeah,
It's
you
just-
did Joe Swanson when you did the Discord Nitro thing. And you just flipped between them, like fucking it. Oh,
Well, I don't know. I just do it so I can just talk like this, or I can just be like, "Hey, Peter, how's it going?" You just kind of, I don't know. I'm so used to bobbing my Adam's apple and changing inflections and stuff.
I have to punch
That's,
myself in the throat to get that deep. So, but it ends up just being like, "Buddy, buddy," just like a dying Joe Swanson in his wheelchair. Buddy, get the fucking poop sack.
no.
Ow, now, 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 now.
That's pretty good Cleveland right there.
That's the only thing I could do by Cleveland. That's it. I can't do. Every time I try to do Cleveland, it comes out as Peter. I don't know why. It makes no sense. And every time I try to do Peter, it sounds like Squidward. I don't get it. It's,
Really
all right.
I can't.
Peter's just hard to do.
I can't pinpoint like a proper like tone. Oh my god. I love impressions.
Yeah.
I love
Other
listening
than
to
that.
people
Yeah.
do.
I like the Hank Hill one where it's like, I think it's Hank Hill and Bobby, but it's
God damn
Pokemon.
it, Bobby.
He's like, oh no, Butterfree. Whoa.
Ball.
Oh yeah.
Butterfree.
Okay, Dad. Yeah.
I sell propane and propane accessories.
That yeah. I know about that. That it's like an animation. It's freaking hilarious too.
It's so good.
Sorry, I was just reading chat and realized I blanked. That was my bad. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm great at this. I'm so good at this.
Who's 14?
Somebody's
Jensen,
14.
you're-
Sure,
Jensen, you're
Jensen's
like 14? How does that
14?
work?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
How'd you know?
god. So, what's I've been looking at your channel for a little bit, and I've noticed that it's kind of like in between parodies and regular horror narration stuff. So, how do you have like a structure, or do you decide like whether or not you're gonna do like a impression thing, or are you just gonna throw like, is it always horror narrations and then you're like, I'm feeling chills right now?
It's it kind of varies. So when I did the first Chills parody,
Mhm.
and it might be hard to notice, but on my channel I was like super drunk, and I was on Discord and we're all like just chatting and stuff, having a couple drinks, and then my friend was like, "You should make a Chills video," and he's from like Ireland, so he has a really thick accent.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. So I just recorded, just ad-libbed it all and then edited. So just like the editing's really bad and everything. I just slapped it on. It's like a minute and 40 seconds.
It's
I
just like a
slapped it on
fucking
there.
wind turbine
I was
is
like,
blasting in the background.
Yeah. This happened to me.
It's so over exaggerated. Oh my god. I can just imagine just like just like in
stumble
the back.
downhill.
Yeah.
Before you begin, I just want to say what.
I listened to the fucking TikTok.
Damn it.
I farted on my poopies. Like,
Oh yeah, that one got like 1 million views.
That's
I'm
so
so like,
stupid.
why did that get so many?
oh my god, I loved it so much though. It's so fucking good. Just I remember watching that at like 3 a.m. I had my volume all the way up, so all that blast it echoed through my fucking room. Just like in 3 a.m, I farted on my poopies. It was
So
oh my
I
god.
farted on my poopies.
This is the quickest this has gone off the rail, Dark.
I don't think it was ever on any rails.
No.
I'm gonna be
The
honest.
thing is, I kind of expected this to be the rails with GenSen, so I'm pretty happy with
Yeah,
this.
there's after last week, there's no way. There's no way. If we had Swamp and GenSen and Maskino in the same place, I think the world would probably crumble like the fucking house from Poltergeist. Like it would just suck in on itself. There's no way it could handle that many memes in one place.
Stuff though.
I would love it. I would
yeah,
love to have.
Maskino's his own vibe.
He is his own
something else.
vibe.
He's so
I
funny.
don't think he exists unless there's a meme going on. I feel like he just exists in meme, and then if it doesn't exist anymore, he just disappears and he reappears every time there's a new thing. 'Cause I don't see him posting anything ever except like the latest Among Us meme or like the latest something. So when he comes back, I'm just like, hey, do you like ever, I don't know, exist? Because when I try to talk to him about anything else, it's always, yeah, but like, Among Us though. Cool. Thank you. I wanted to know if you had the collab ready, but thanks. Thank you. Oh my god.
So, just to kind of, I don't know, let's teeter this back to the center here. I am curious because it was mentioned we were talking about your animations and everything. So, what exactly got you into doing that? I know you said earlier, prior to doing your horror stuff, you had a channel that did mostly narrations, right? Is that correct?
I did like story time, like animation. So I did
Mhm.
my own stories. You know, I did a whole bunch, like the time I got fired from Walmart or things like that. Time
You
I
worked
ran
at
away from home.
Walmart?
I think that's still on my channel.
Oh.
I did. That's how I learned about horror narrations was the graveyard shift at Walmart, and that was like 4 years ago.
Did it
No,
did it
no,
suck
was
as
longer.
much as I remember it?
It was horrible.
It was one of the
I a
worst jobs
manager.
I've ever had. You couldn't pay me $25 an hour to go back to that place.
Damn.
Well, maybe that much.
Nah,
But-
dude. I mean, you were a manager, so it was like, yeah, there was a lot of responsibilities, but feeling like the bottom of the barrel, like employee way, that was like terrible. I don't know how it was for like managers and shit, but it was really bad.
Yeah, it was just overall, just because I was like 19 and all the other managers were like in their 30s, and I was just like the kid that I got hired as a cashier, and then 2 weeks later they promoted to manager over like other people that had been waiting at that job for like 3 years to get that position.
That's Walmart
And
for
I
you.
was like, I don't know what I did. I just did a test on the computer when I was bored, and they gave it to me. So
So you did graveyard shifts, and that is what really got you into the whole horror story stuff.
yeah, I didn't know what it was at all, and I came across Let's Read's channel, and then from
Mhm.
there it became a rabbit hole of different creators, and then I remember just listening and just being like, "What is this? Is so cool!" And then from there I worked at I was a medical courier, and I would drive like 12 hours a night to hospitals, and all I would do is listen to the horror stories. And then at that point, around that point, that was when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna stop doing the animations. I'm gonna try doing this. This seems like something I'd love to do. So transitioned into that. And it's
Nice.
been history.
I mean, I'm glad you did because you're really fucking good at it. I mean,
Right.
I don't think at the beginning I was very good at all. You kind of have to like, if you're not, I don't know how your voice was when you started, if it was the same as it is now, but mine was like super like high and light, but like high pitched and like nasally and gross, and there was like a fan on in the background. You can hear my computer fan. I was using a laptop mic. Like,
Ooh.
oh my god, it was so bad. And
Basically, he sounded like my stuff does now.
yeah,
Yeah. Sorry,
Why do
self burn. Go on, dude.
Why do you always do that?
I don't know.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop. But
Because you tell me to chime in whenever, and then I do to insult myself, and then you tell me to stop. Anyways,
yeah,
go
because
on,
that's
I'm
all. Like, you just chimed in a great question for GenSen, and then you segue to like he means I fucking suck when I wasn't talking about you at all.
I know, man. If you can't make fun of yourself, man, it's not worth it. But anyways, no, right. So I'm right there with you though, dude. Like at the beginning, it wasn't.
Yeah, you
it
if you
sounds-
don't. So what did you sound like? Did you sound the same, or did you have to like train yourself to talk a certain way
Ooh,
for
I
your
sounded
stuff?
so bad.
You sounded so bad.
So, yeah, when I read now, it's like I kind of pitch my voice up and I kind of space out my words. Before, when I was editing, I still had that mindset of storytime animator. So you have to cut each empty space in between words to make it seem like a vlog almost. So I was doing that for stories.
Oh no! So every
There was
sentence
no
was like
time-
clipped
yeah.
together.
Yeah, there's no time to process anything. And then it was my voice was so like my voice now, it's like I've calmed down a lot more now since I've done the narrations, but it'd be like this happened to me quite a few days ago and it was crazy. I don't really know, it's so
It just
fast,
there was
and
no
I didn't know how to
pacing for
pace
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and control my timbre, my voice or inflection, things like that.
It's a lot of work.
So yeah, definitely.
And the funny
definitely
part is like
developed a
when
lot
you're
over the
doing
past
it,
year.
there's no like clear indication that you're getting better. Like you start off really shit and then there you don't notice that you're learning and you're training your voice to do it differently until like you're I don't know, like you're at the stage that you're at right now to where you sound really fucking awesome. But the funny part is I don't think you probably remember that road that trained you because I don't remember all I remember is the way I sounded. I don't remember the middle. I don't remember like what I did to change it. All I remember is I think the only thing I got from it was like yeah, you probably should add music because all those mouth sounds kind of fucking suck.
Yes.
I think it was probably the feedback. Feedback does a lot. Even mean feedback sometimes works because I had to pace myself because I remember a couple times I was on Swamp's channel and I talked about it with him last week. But every time, without fail, I never got any of these comments on my own channel or anybody else's, but as soon as I appeared on Swamp's channel, oh, you read too fast. Dude, why is he speed reading? Why is he trying to fast rap this horror story? I'm like, I don't understand. And I'm listening to it, I'm like, that's just how I read. Am I doing it wrong? But I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say collabs have been vicious. I don't even read the comments anymore when I do collabs on other people's channels because sometimes they're nice, but sometimes they're brutal. Like I've been called discount Let's Read.
Ooh.
Somebody was like, "This guy sounds like Corpse husband. Let's Read had a baby."
Ooh.
And just like a whole bunch of things. I'm like, I'm like, well, I can't win them all, but I do get a lot of people that come over and they're like, "Hey, I came over here from Swamp's channel, or I just did the one with Unit recently."
Yeah.
And then
I mean, I get that too.
Really
I get
kind.
those people. There's some really kind people, but Swamp's comment section is fucking brutal.
Yeah, Lady Spicari, I just said.
Yeah, they do not give a shit how you feel. They'll even like bash Swamp, but that's just like a common thing. But anybody else, no. I love how a plane wants to fly by as soon as I do this. I love it. Every fucking last week there was a dirt bike and we were trying to end the fucking stream and they were like, "All right, you guys want to say anything?" And they said their things and then I just went silent. I just cut off my fucking mic. They're like, did he really just fucking die at the last 30 seconds?" And I turned my mic back and I'm like, "Sorry, there's a fucking dirt bike." Oh my god. But yeah, I do you remember doing it? Like, do you remember training yourself, or is it just like a gradual thing? Because I don't remember any of it.
I remember getting comments that would say, "You're reading too fast," or "There's no pauses in between." And I remember thinking, like, "Am I?" And I'd listen back to it, and then I'd listen to other. What I do a lot of times is I listen to other narrators, and I just kind of like, I'll listen to see their pacing, and then I'll read along with them. and that kind of helps me develop my voice and how to structure flow. And now when I edit and stuff, I do it live. Like I don't do it after the story's done. I just kind of, if I feel like I read something wrong, I'm just gonna stop, go back, delete. and
Holy
just redo
shit,
that
you're
one
kidding
part.
me.
Nah, it's
You're
all
the
good.
first fucking person besides myself who does that.
That I do that too, but that's okay.
No, you don't. You lie.
No, I started doing that after you and me started talking.
Oh, really? Well, okay.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that, I don't think. Did you tell me that?
I think I did, but it's not relevant.
Okay, well, I feel like it's a good way to do it. I don't know.
is.
It just, I feel like you go in, if you go in after, you forget a lot of them, and it takes so much time. I feel like it also makes it less fun to do any of this, that you have to go in, spend like 2 hours on a 15-minute thing just to cut out each individual thing. When it takes a little bit of time when you're doing it live, but it kind of feels like you're, I don't know, doing like a little bit of voice acting, because I've done voice acting where like that's how it worked, where you just cut and then go and then cut
Right.
and then go and then cut and then go. I feel like it makes it a lot easier, and then all you have to do when you're done is just edit and make it look really good, and that's like the funnest part about it. So yes, another fuck
That's
yeah.
it. And then subs my
You-
you on there.
You've made his dream come true, Jensen.
Oh my
just
god!
saying
Well,
that,
because
dude.
every single time like another narrator comes to my live sessions, they're always like, "Wait, you're cutting it now?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's how I do it." Why? That looks so like not dumb, but like that looks so painful and excruciating. I'm like, and what you do isn't? That looks fucking awful. Like I hate that. No.
I had to change over to doing it live because it was hitting a point where I was getting tired of hearing my voice. I hate to say that. But like having to listen to the one, like reading like a 10-minute story, having to listen to it for 25 minutes because you had to go back and make sure you cut everything. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I get it.
It was I the funny part is I never did it the other way. I didn't even know that was a way to do it. I just knew that when I was learning Audacity, when I first really started doing this, that there was the cut feature, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I could just say a line, cut it, and then I wouldn't have to worry about, going in and figuring out where it was, or remembering that it was there, or reading or listening to the whole thing and trying to figure out where it was. And it was only until I started really doing the live sessions that like Dark Somnium and like Swamp and a couple of other people had seen it and were like, what? That's how you... Ugh, that looks awful. You gotta try to go in... I remember, I don't think it was any of them, but I remember somebody was like, you gotta try to go in and just cut them out afterwards, because this takes forever. Nah, dude. Try it
the
this
way
way.
if you're gonna do it like that is to just either like yell or clap your hands, so that way you get a spike in your audio, and you know where to go back and cut from.
Yeah, do that every
That's what
time
I
you
used to
fucking
do.
mess up.
Yeah, you just say like and then you just clap your hands.
Yeah,
and you'll-
every
you'll-
time. You know, because it's like, yeah, sure. Every time you mess up, just go like, ha!
So, really quick, Jensen, question from the chat, specifically Mad Chatter, good man. Wanted to know who your dream collabs were, and also I want to point out that you're going to disappoint Dea if you don't say her.
Hey, Dea. It's gonna be Dea.
It
I
is
have to
Dea.
go with Dea, 100%. I guess I've been very fortunate. I've been on Let's Read's channel. I've been on Units now. Southern Cannibals, been Swamp Dwellers. Some of the ones that I watch a lot. Even Morris Media was on his channel. I guess I'm gonna have to go with Chills. I'm gonna have to say
Really?
Chills.
I mean, honestly, yeah, I get it. I understand. That would be like Chills meets Chills, and it's like that's the ultimate thing. Can you imagine if he let you just like do his voice on the
That'd be
video?
amazing.
I've talked to him. I asked him recently if he knew about the parodies.
Yeah, I
and if
saw
he
the
was okay.
message. He's like, "Yeah, dude, I
Yeah.
think they're great." That's got to be like some
Yes.
like awesome gratification there. Like, oh, he knows and he likes. Like, that's awesome. Yeah, it's so cool. Speaking of Kenny, compared to like any other person that I've like collabed with multiple times, he gets his shit back so fast. Like, I've messaged him. I remember messaging him one day and was like, hey, man, you want to do a story? And he's like, yeah, I'll get it to you as soon as I can. Within, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 hours, he had the 15-minute thing done, edited, ready to go, sent it to me. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I usually got to wait a fucking week. How did you do that so fast? He's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here. I'm waiting for things to record.
Yeah. I'll usually record the audio within, like, as soon as I get the, a DM, like, hey, can you read this? I'll record it as long as it takes. Editing only takes me about maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just send it right away. Like, hey, here you go.
Nice.
But,
so when are we going to collab, huh? When are we going to do
audio.
this?
When are we?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I mean, I guess I'm on your channel right now, so if you want to send me some audio, I definitely have stories I need done, or if you got some audio you want.
Dude, if you need shit for your channel, 100%, I'll get it to you within the day.
Yeah,
I'll get it to you within the hour.
Fuck you, I'll get it to you within 5 minutes.
I've already collabed with GenSen though, so
yeah. I don't know. I've always wanted to work with you. It's just, can I be 100% real here?
yes.
Yeah.
You're a little daunting to me.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna be 100. I'm usually really cool with like talking to people that I admire, but I don't know. You just have a quality to you that kind of, I don't know, makes you seem like larger than life a little bit, and it fucks with me a little bit. I don't know what it is, but like I always had an intimidation to talk to you, and like I've been wanting to do a collab with you for like a year. I just never said anything, and I'm really weird that way.
Would have been Jensen's like the nicest guy. Seriously, you should have just asked him.
I don't know. I'm weird like that, man. Like he's an impressionist, which I admire hard because I've wanted to be like a voice actor and an impressionist for a very long time. So seeing someone do it in the horror community was really huge, and just like his quality is so good, his voice is fucking butter. Like it's just there's a lot of qualities there that I aspire to be. So I guess it was just like making him larger than he was in my head. But still, you're that large to me in person. Like I try to say something good about somebody every time they come on here, but truly, like, watching how you do things and how easily it seems that you do them when I know that's not easy, because I do it. It's not easy. None of this shit is easy. But there's a certain inspiring and like admiration there. Regardless of what somebody's size is, you can have 2 subscribers and I'd still think like, holy shit, I'm talking to him. Like, yeah, I don't know. But it was like that with Swamp too. Like when I first started talking to Swamp, it was really fucking weird. I was like, this guy has like 100K. He shouldn't be talking to me, but he is. It's I don't know. I've been following horror narrators for years. I've Mudahar. I was watching him do the Xbox creepypastas back in like 2011. And I was watching Mr. Creepypasta do shit in like 2012. So I've known about this shit for a long time, just not that it was like a huge thing. So the fact that you can sit down now, and these people are so ridiculously accessible to talk to at any size, it's a little daunting. Like, even if you're not like, I don't know, like fucking blowing up every 5 seconds, it's still like, I'd rather not look at the numbers and look at more of the quality and the way you hold yourself, which, I mean, it's you. So
you make me blush.
Sorry.
He does that.
I try. Every person I get on here, I admire in a very strong way, in different ways each time. But I'm not gonna not let them know that they are doing awesome, and and that I appreciate that they would even think about coming on here.
Yeah, actually, so I did want to get on your podcast like a long time ago. When you first messaged me, I was like, "Oh yes, this is gonna be so cool. This is gonna be awesome." And then I was like moving in the process. So I was like, how's this gonna work? it just as time kind of got on,
Mhm.
I became nervous to respond to the message. I was like, how do I say, hey, is it good now? Am I? And so if that's kind of weird, I have like a really weird thing. If I don't respond to someone's DM, or if I know they know that I've opened it up, because Twitter will tell you if someone's
Mhm.
read it. I'm like, no, now it's far too long. I'm gonna seem like an ass. I'm like, I can't. So yeah, I definitely super excited to be on here now. And I told my family, I was like, hey, you guys be quiet. I'm gonna be in here for like an hour. So,
I'm gonna be here. Stop. That's super sweet. You should. That's oh, that's adorable. I love it. I love it so much. There is like a certain atmosphere in this community that I really appreciate at all times. It's just that there's like, hey, can I like talk to you about something? They're like, yeah, dude, whatever, fuck it. Like, come on. Like, oh, okay. Like, and it'll be someone. Let's Read is a super nice dude, and I remember this had to have been a year ago or something like that, when I was really, really small, like under 100, something like that. And somebody had came into my live stream and told me that Let's Read mentioned me on his live stream, that he knew about me, like he knew I existed. And I remember I couldn't talk for like 5 minutes. Like I was speechless. I had dry mouth, and I was just like, oh, really? Like, like, what did he say? Did he like it? Did he like the stuff? Like, what did he say? Because I watched him like years ago. Oh my god, I remember he was like the only person for a long ass time that I knew of that was doing like 2 or 3 hour videos of just straight fucking horror stories. And that was really weird to me, because I always like it wasn't anything particular. Like, here is something of like, oh, creepy basement stories, and I'm like, basement? Like, there's no Walmart or lockdown or like, really, basement? And I listened to him like, Jesus, these are so fucking good. So, and then he's like, yeah, apparently he knows who I am, and I'm like, it's so cool. I don't know, just this community has opened up a lot of things, just that I didn't know existed. Yeah. I hear you clicking.
Make sure my audio's not picking up. Yeah, I'm trying to adjust my so it just picks up my voice.
Was there somebody that, when it started, like, things started opening up, that like you contacted, or someone reached out to you, that you were really surprised that they even knew who you were?
Okay. Well, okay, so I'll say when I met Let's Read, like, we were pretty good friends now. When I first met him, it was on his Discord server, right? And I'd already watched him, and I was going through his description. I was like, oh, he's got a Discord. So I jumped on there, and I jumped in, and he was on voice chat with a bunch of people, and I was like, oh, this is my time to shine. So I came in there, and I did the Chills voice right away. And he was like, everyone was like, is that Chills? Is that Chills? And then I was like, no, it's me. And then from there, he was like, holy crap, dude, I thought that was actually Chills.
Like, I thought Chills came in my thing, but it's just you.
Just you. Just this guy.
It's just,
I don't know how our friendship developed. But okay, so the one time my mouth became super dry was around that time. We became friends. We didn't know each other very well at that point, but we knew each other for maybe like a month. He was live streaming, and I was on I was on his chat just talking stuff, and he was like, oh, hey, GenSen, hey, get on Discord, do your Chills impression for everybody. And there was like, I think like 700 people watching, and I was like, oh no. And I wasn't home, so I had my phone. I couldn't use my microphone at my house. So I was like, okay. So I did it, and then I was like, my mouth got super dry, and I was so nervous to do the voice. And I messed it up. But I mean, he was laughing still, and everyone liked it. But for me personally, I know the quality that I can do, and I felt so like bad.
you sat there until like 3 a.m, like, I can't fucking believe I did that. I
was so nervous. I was embarrassed too. I was like, jeez.
But it's weird now that you're like, do you ever like sit there like as you're like either talking to him, or you think about Let's Read, that you're like, I know him, like I know who that is, like I talked to him. He's not just like that big horror narrator that I've watched for a while. He's like a friend. Does that ever like
Yeah,
hit you?
I do think about that all the time. I think, and I've told him too. Well,
It's like, dude,
just
like
so-
I used to jerk off to you like all the time, like, and now I'm talking to you and jerking off at the same time. This is crazy.
I'm doing it right now.
What the hell, dude?
I'm doing it like right now. Like, just like, dude, that's fucking sick. So am I. Oh my
Oh
God.
shit. That's how we
That's
talk,
so
man.
nasty.
That's how we talk. Yeah.
That's so, just like, hey, Jensen, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. I'm great. Okay.
Hey, need a hand there, bud?
Can you imagine, like, hey, you need some help? You wanna?
Okay. Dark Wheelie.
I mean, you just look at your hands. You're like, nah, I'm all right.
No, I'm almost finished. Almost finished.
Just give me a sec. It's like, we're on a live stream. You know that. I understand that. Just give me a.
It's not a race, okay? Just let me...
Oh my God.
Well, that's something else.
Oh, poor Raven.
I'm just sitting here like, I'm just sitting here thinking, geez, Dark, could you deflect that anymore? That's exactly what you do to him, and you know it.
What?
Nothing.
What do I do?
Nothing. Love you, man. You're good.
Oh, something
So-
just happened.
Anyway, Jesus. This is a good time. So Jensen, I have another honest question, kind of back to the channel stuff. So you do the storytime stuff. I know you do your impressions and parodies, and you do the horror stories. But I am genuinely curious, if you weren't doing the impressions or horror stories, what would you potentially be doing with your channel? Like, what would you like to have done if that wasn't the route you had taken?
I don't think I'd be doing animations that I used to do anymore, just because I got burnt out on doing those. But I'd probably, I don't know, this is kind of in the air right now for me, if I might do a second channel. Because people enjoy the comedy, they enjoy, I was thinking about just doing one where I can just do more, maybe gaming stuff, but have a story. If you ever watch like Luna, things like that, where he tells life experiences or just, funny stuff. And then in between I can do like parodies and shorts and
Right.
funner stuff on there that, my demographic on this current channel that, I don't want to just flood my channel with a bunch of weird content that doesn't, it's not the same kind of stuff.
Right.
The parodies, I'm gonna keep doing those. They're fun. Everyone likes them. I'm not gonna do them like, I'll probably do maybe 2 a month. Don't want to overdo it. But yeah, that's a great question. I don't really know. I mean, I guess to answer your question, I don't really know. Maybe gaming stuff, but I don't know the first thing about editing games and stuff like that. So
It's excruciating. I'll let you know that right now. It's
Yeah.
awful. It's the worst thing I've ever done. I hated trying to look at myself try to be funny. It was so
Yeah,
fun.
that's-
It was, or try to be entertaining for like 10 minutes. Like, oh, let's play a horror game. Oh, what's that? Oh, and then watching that for 10 fucking minutes, trying to cut that. Oh my God, it was
Yeah,
so bad.
That kind of stuff, yeah, because you have to be kind of an on-the-spot stand-up comedian at that point to make something that's entertaining while a game is going on the screen. So I can imagine that's incredibly difficult.
yeah, I think I would do Rust because essentially you're role playing the game, and I talk
Yeah.
to people and stuff. It's so fun. Rust is just, not to get off topic, but it's such a fun game that you can, I'll just walk up to someone. I'm like, hey man, hey, I'm friendly. Don't worry, I'm friendly. Hey, I'm just trying to find
friendly.
some
Just boom.
material around here. Yeah, just as they turn around, I'm like, hey man, let me get you some clothes, and I'll drop a bunch of clothes and they put them on, and then I'll just take a bow out and kill them in the head. And as I pick them up, I'm like, hey man, I'm sorry about that. That was a misclick, and I'll just do it real quick again and kill them.
It's really
I hate
it's really
that.
good. I used to play Rust like constantly, but I kept getting frustrated that I really tried to make like the survival aspect work. So anytime I died, I would spend like 3 hours building this house, getting everything ready, and like going hunting. And the one naked man I see, just runs up to me with a fucking rock and domes me, and I
Yeah.
die, and all my shit's gone. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. And I'm done. Let's uninstall the game after playing it for like 2 seconds. Yeah, I don't do good with survival games anymore. You could do Twitch though. Twitch might work. You don't even have
work,
to.
and then just click on the good stuff.
Yeah. You could like get
Record
you
as
could like
go.
yeah, you could just do like clips and highlights and shit and post that. You could post highlights cuz your
Yeah.
mods will like highlight shit for you, and you could just like take those and put them on your channel or something.
I'd probably just record like a good like 3-hour sesh, and then I would go ahead and kind of like Ramsey does, and just go ahead and tell a story in the beginning, and then go ahead and edit it out. You know, whenever collecting mats and things, how Rust players do on YouTube.
Mhm.
That'd be fun. My squeaky chair. Sorry.
I was just gonna wait like. Oh God! Oh my God!
In the ice beside.
What arm thing, homie?
Oh my God!
Like a gremlin.
That's what it fucking sounded like. It's great.
Yeah.
It scared me. So
It's scary.
your direction is parodies and horror narrations and animations. Like, is there anything big that you would like to do? Like, is there any direction that you want to go in that you're trying to
I
like
do have-
accomplish?
Yeah, I've got something in the works right now.
Spill everything. I want every detail of it right now in script. Everything. I want your. What's your last four digits of your social security number?
Jeez. Okay. Let me find my card.
Here, I'll take a picture.
Yeah, let me see. I'll FedEx it to you.
You promise not to dox me, right?
Please. Okay. Please don't.
Oh, please.
But I've mentioned it a little bit in live streams and some of my stuff, but not fully where it's like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. But I guess if I could say it here, I don't really know very much about it. I'm still trying to develop it. I'm trying to work on like a single, like a music, like
Nice.
just one song for now. And I don't know if I'm gonna go.
I was gonna
kind of
ask you that if you were ever gonna do music, because there's like a ton of narrators that, like Swamp is doing, metal, and a bunch of other narrators, including myself, do like rap. What are you planning on doing?
I was thinking about doing like techno or trance, because
That's really different.
back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had a set and everything. So I used to DJ, and I've already got some stuff made on FL, Studio. I have some beats and some trance
I have
stuff
no
that I've
fucking
made.
idea how to use that. I can't figure it out.
Okay.
I've looked up tutorials. I can't figure out FL at all. It's so all over the place.
It'll be auto-tuned for sure, but it'll be cool. It'll
Do
be fun.
you believe in life after? So we got a question from Lady Spicaria for you. What was your favorite story that you've ever narrated?
Favorite story. Okay, so this was like a 3-parter, the writer, and I usually just do like the true stuff. I've done like a handful of creepypastas. I don't even know if this would be considered creepypasta, but it was definitely kind of set in a realism tone, where it wasn't like, oh, monsters and stuff, but it was a 3-parter series that I did, each video back to back, about a man who, his girlfriend, how did it go? He had a girlfriend and stuff, and one day he got bored, so he decided to kind of go on the deep web, I think, and he hired himself, or like he set himself as a hitman, so people could hire him as a hitman, right? And he knew nothing about it. And then he ended up getting the job. I can't remember exactly. It's been like a year since I've read it, but it was really cool how they wrote it out, how he structured it, and the whole thing was like he ends up finding out that his girlfriend's part of the people he needs to kill, and there's like this whole underground setting to it. It was just really cool. So away from just straight horror, but it was just such a cool and interesting story to do. I really enjoyed it.
the best stories I think to narrate are the ones that aren't like trying to like create a monster or like, oh, this person's getting followed or this person's getting stalked or there's a thing under the bed or there's something in the bathroom. It's more or less like there's like this. My favorite things to narrate are always like this daunting reality type shit, like where this person is set in a specific place and there's nothing they can do about it, and that's like the scariest part. The story that I read recently was actually written by Raven called The Last Sunset, and I absolutely fucking love it because it's set in this world where everybody's in a simulation and they're about to get erased, and only one person, the main character, really knows, besides like the government who like deciphered whatever it is. He's the only civilian that actually knows that they're in a simulation. So the whole premise is there is a final solar event. The sun is going to disappear after it's not ever going to rise again after this one sunset. It's never going to come back up. And people are like, "Oh, is it how the whole planet's going to freeze over?" They're like, "Nope, that's not going to happen." Well, how are we going to we're going to starve. The crops won't grow. Nope, that's not going to happen. And they're like, "That makes no sense. How does that work?" And there's a daunting thing where like the one civilian, the main character, knows that we're not gonna. They're not wrong. We're not gonna starve. We're not gonna freeze over, but we're not gonna exist. We're gonna get erased into ones and zeros, and I think that's like the worst bit about. Like that's like the scariest part. None of these people have any. Not even the people who got the message in the first place. Know, and they all know that they can't do anything about it. This is it. The world's gonna end. The whole universe is gonna be erased, and there's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is watch. That's the best shit. Like fuck the. Oh, there's a thing in my house and he's chasing me. I like the. It's true though. Like my favorite shit is a kind of spawns from the whole Lovecraft thing. It's just like the shit that you can't comprehend or the shit that you can't do anything about that like sets you in this world is probably the scariest stuff and probably the most fun to narrate because there's this huge world building.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. And also, I like Skinwalker stuff. I'm just weird. I like Skinwalkers. It's like totally opposite.
Nothing wrong with that though. It's good.
I don't know.
I mean,
cryptid stuff's cool.
Agreed. Cryptid stuff is cool, and you could almost say that kind of does go with the things you can't control and don't know kind of thing, right? It kind of does go with that. So, but I agree. Cryptid stuff is fun. Did Dark? Is he dead?
No,
again?
Sorry, I got a knock on my door. My bad. It always happens. I told them that
Sure
there's a podcast going on. They're like, "Oh, I don't give a shit." Just blast down the fucking door.
Yeah, it's been.
So, you've done like your own animations, and you do your like impressions, and it's like it comes from a creative place. But have you ever like really written any of your own stuff? Like I'm sorry if like this is super fucking obvious, and you just posted like, "Oh, this scary story by GenSen," like. But I'm curious, like, have you ever really, like, sat down and wrote something and you narrated it, or you tried to be, like, a writer at some point?
Yeah, I mean, I've written some of my own true scary stories, but I put them as anonymous just because they're really personal, but I don't want people knowing they're from me, but I'd still like to get them out. So I do include them on, like, some of my videos. I've done, like, 3 of them, and then including one paranormal story.
Nice.
Which that was, I definitely have a couple more, and I might include them because it's, spooky month. But yeah, and writing, I enjoy writing. I'll spend maybe like an hour and then get like 3,000 words. I'm like, okay, that'll work.
Damn.
That's like 15, 20 minutes right there to read. And then,
Right.
Here's 3,000 words, and it's 5 minutes.
yeah. Well, I think. What is it, like 1,000 words takes like 8 minutes to read or something like that.
I have no
Or 10
idea.
minutes.
I'm such a novice when it comes to writing. Like I've written my own stuff, but like I have no idea what I'm doing. It always has like this cool structure at the time, and then I look back on it now, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I always typically average out to around 150 words a minute, which sucks because that's on the faster end of the reading spectrum. But in the end, it as long as you're not like slurring them together, it's good.
I really liked how long like there was a nice sweet spot for the last sunset. It was like 10 or 11 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it was like 1,200, 1,300 words, I think. It was a short story.
I think who narrated it recently? Somebody narrated it
was
recently.
It Madam Frightmare? I think?
Yeah, and hers was like 12 minutes, which is it's kind of interesting because mine was like around 10 and a half.
I think mine was 11.
Yeah, so it's like that really shows you like everybody in the community narrates completely differently at completely different paces. Right. So going on somebody like Swamp's channel, like you read too fast, is like it's really it's almost like collabs shouldn't happen because like we all read so differently. And also people have been saying constantly in the chats, like not mine because like I state it, but I was on Raven's live stream like a week or two ago, and not a single person who knew who Raven was and didn't know who I was could tell the difference between me and him. Which I don't get because I don't think we sound that similar. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell the difference.
Well, of course you can. You got fucking super hearing or some shit.
I got really bad hearing actually. I've listened to like a lot of death metal growing up, so my hearing's really bad.
I listen to a lot of death metal now.
Same.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, my ears. And I always like shove the earbuds like all the way in, and I'm like, yeah. Fucking love it. But yeah, it's really interesting that we all narrate at different paces and different styles, but like we try to collab and we're confused as to why the people don't like the outcome. Like,
yeah, you know it's hilarious. So,
what?
You know bad vibe storytelling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's always asking me like, "Hey, send me audio." And then, I'm like, okay. I think I've been on like 10 of his videos. And one time I sent him much audio and he didn't listen to it. So he put the video up and we had the same story on like, it was a long story too. And they're back to back too. So.
Oh no.
He just kept the video
Wait,
up.
so he's just like send me audio, like any story. He didn't give you any stories to read?
No, I mean I do that with a lot of people. I'll just send them audio I've already recorded.
Yeah.
Like, there you go.
Oh my god.
Unless they send me a story.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise I'm just gonna send them audio that I've done. I'll be like, here you go.
I'm just letting you know if we collab for like my channel, I usually do just send somebody the story to ensure that, everything's like balanced. So if you're not cool with that, I understand.
No, that's actually, it makes a lot of, because when I send audio before, sometimes it's an issue where I'm like, I gotta contact the author and say.
Mm-hmm.
But now I have where like when I get permission, it clearly states that their stories and everything they send me can be used on all social media platforms,
right?
And they retain the rights still, but yeah, so.
There's like, I'm sorry. Every time I'm listening to your voice, it's like it's always like it's riding the line to Corpse Husbands every 5 seconds. So every time I'm hearing it, I'm like, it's my brain has to process it for a sec, and then I can really absorb what you're saying. Because every time you go really deep, it gets really Corpse Husband like. So I'm just like,
Hey, does he know that I'm in the room with you? Does he know?
No,
doesn't know.
Okay, it's oh my fucking god. It's so
I'll
like.
be back. I gotta take a picture of my hands.
Why are people so obsessed with his hands? I don't get it.
He posted a thing saying if it was 100,000 followers on
Yeah.
Instagram, he'd post pictures of his hands, and
Mhm.
that's kind of what threw that into motion.
Well, I think they've always liked his hands because I've seen YouTube videos from like years ago. It was like Snapchat compilation of Corpse Husband's hands. I was like, okay.
All right.
That's incredibly strange.
I think
And that's just where it's
I
going
don't
to end.
I think the reason I'm just like every time like you do the corpse husband thing, I'm like, oh my fucking god, is because like when I was in like high school, when he like really first started getting popular, like towards the end of my high school stuff, I would come home from school and listen to him like every single day, like catch up on his stuff, watch his new stuff. So to hear somebody sound, I'm not trying to stress this enough, but you sound fucking identical. So like when you do it, it's like my brain's like, I'm not talking to corpse husband, but my brain can't process that I'm not talking to him. Like, so that's the process behind it. So every time you do it and you do it so fucking well, my brain is like, you need to stop because I can't figure out anything at the moment. But I don't that's the funny part, is like I want you to keep fucking doing the voice, but at the same time I'm like,
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
oh my god.
He does that a lot. It's like when I was watching his stream and they're like, Corpse, are you the imposter? He's just like, yeah, I'm the imposter. Yeah.
And then everybody votes against another
it's not
person.
I just told you it's me. No.
He has no poker
But,
face. It's just monotone.
Yeah. I wonder what he sounds like when he's excited.
Just really fast
I don't
paced.
even
He
know.
just talks really fast. Come on, do a fast paced
I
do a
like
fast paced
imagine
voice husband.
Corpse at like McDonald's drive-thru. He's like, and they asked him to speak up too. He's like, yeah, let me get like, can I get a McChicken?
Can you speak up, please?
Can I get a Mc?
Sorry, you're gonna have to hold on. Sorry, you're gonna have to speak up.
I said, can I get a McChicken?
Dude, it still sounds like him.
That was teetering into anime villain territory, though, to be honest with you.
Become JoJo. Oh my god! I can't do that.
It's
All
just like you can hear the frustration in his voice. Can I get?
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe.
jeez.
Oh, it lagged there. That's weird. Okay. But yeah, and it's weird when my voice gets really dry. It becomes like a natural corpse husband kind of sound. So
It's really good.
nice and quenched.
Oh my god. It's just so. It was so. There was so much like passion there. Can I just get a McChicken?
Can I get a McChicken now, please? He's still polite about it too, though. And thank you.
You started getting towards Mr.
bit,
Creeps
no.
there. A little bit. You just started teetering into like Mr. Creeps territory. I mean, they all basically sound the same, but
I've always said Mr. Creep sounds like deep voice chills. I don't know why.
I feel like he has like the chills like mannerisms of like the ends of his words, but then he has like the monotoneness of Corpse Husband, like almost like just a little bit higher. So and he ends everything like, ew, like what are you doing? And then you just add like the Corpse Husband twinge, so it's just like fucking, it's guttural almost.
Yeah. You know what's weird? Mr. Creeps is probably one of the only narrators I've never really spoken to.
He's an enigma. He's like Mr. Nightmare. He doesn't really speak to anybody apparently. And that's another thing, is it's really funny to know that the biggest narrator like in the whole community wants fuck all to do with it. Like, I don't think I've ever. He tweets like every 6 months, and it's always like, "Sorry, I haven't been posting, but whatever. Bye." I don't know. I just thought when I got in here and like everybody like was like so open, I was like, "Oh, this means I could probably like talk to Mr. Nightmare or something." Nope. He only talks to himself, so that's sad.
Yeah. Well, I've seen him more social on Twitter lately. It's kind of weird to see him posting like
At
tweets
all,
and stuff.
yeah, because he doesn't post like
But-
ever.
Yeah, he's really and then he does. I don't know what he's doing. He's so strange. And then, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's got his subscriber base, and I don't think he's ever going to collab with other creators.
No, I don't think I've ever seen him do a collab before. I think that's the difference between him and Mr. Creeps, is that I've actually seen at least other people be on his channel before, but it's been like, I think Dark Somnium maybe was on there, and Let's Read was on there once. So he's like, I don't know. Like you could be smaller and collab with like really big people, but he's like in this like middle spot where he's like really hard to get a hold of if you're not like already big. Which I don't know if that's like
I know Mr. Haunted had him on his channel for like one line. And that was, that was all he was able to get was like one line, But
yeah.
There's no sharing of his story or anything like that on his channel or his Twitter or nothing like that.
Yeah, I tried emailing, maybe trying to get like something. Like, hey, can like I'll send you like a 2-minute story. Can you like do something? Nothing. Not even like, sorry, I'm busy. Just silence. Which I get. He does like videos like every day, and they can range from like 18 minutes to like an hour and a half. So I understand. I get it. It just sucks because I want to talk to him. If anybody ever asks me my dream collab, it's probably Mr. Creeps, because I just watch him like all the fucking time.
Yeah, Mr. Creepypasta recently followed me on Twitter, and we've never really talked. So I thought that was kind of strange.
Mr. Creepypasta is like, he's easily the most like notorious in the entire community for being around for so long, and he probably got most of us into doing this. But he's actually like one of the most chill dudes you'll ever talk to. Like, I remember
I talked to him one day. I think whose server? Well, I think it was at HorrorCon, the VR chat one. He was in there. He was really nice. And then
he's pretty cool.
I think he played Pokemon or something, so he left.
Yeah.
But
I didn't even realize it was him. I popped into Maskino's server, and I was talking to Maskino, and somebody had popped in, and we were like, all right, we ready to play Killing Floor? And they're like, yeah. And so we started playing Killing Floor, and then they were all talking, and he was like, all right, so I gotta go, I'm gonna go do recording and stuff. And I'm like, oh, what are you recording? He's like, oh, just some stuff for the Mr. Creepypasta stuff. And I'm like, what? Wait, sorry. Are you collabing with him? And he's like, no, dipshit, I am him. And I was like, oh, I spent 2 hours playing with Mr. Creepypasta, and I didn't know it was Mr. Creepypasta.
that's so great. That's hilarious.
That's really fucking funny.
Was he good at Killing Floor?
He was great. He played it like all the time, so yeah. He's a huge fucking gamer. Huge gamer.
I have to get him on one day. That'd be fun.
Yeah, he's really fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna see with HorrorCon. You guys gonna do HorrorCon?
Oh yeah, I got a booth.
Yeah,
you got a booth?
Oh, nice. No, I didn't get I was going to, but I was like, I don't know. I even was considering making like a custom GenSen like 3D avatar and putting it to VR chat.
Oh, dude, I could have totally like hooked you up with someone who would have done it for like super cheap if you didn't feel like it. Because somebody made mine. I love it. It's great. Let me see if I have it.
Yeah. I'm making one for someone right now. It's like a teddy outfit. It's kind of like
check
scary.
this. I'm putting it
in
in the thing in Gen Chat. Look at that.
Oh, that's good.
It's so fucking cool. So now people can just recognize me at HorrorCon by just looking at me. It's fucking dope.
That's real good.
I didn't put in like the standalone avatar where you can just have it standing there. But apparently you don't even have to be at your booth. I'm like, okay, I'll just never show up to it. Just make them think that I was like, here's my booth, now fuck off and advertise me.
I mean, you technically could.
I could totally just never show up to the con. Ever. I mean, I'm only going to be able to show up on the Saturday and Sunday that it's happening because that's when I'll be off, but it's going to be cool. I'm really excited. I'm really nervous. like really fucking nervous. Because I don't do good with social stuff, especially not like social games. So this is gonna be weird.
I just PVR chat. You just talked to a bunch of other horror creators. I want to go talk to Mayu. I want to talk to him. I want to talk to a bunch of people that are gonna be.
There's some
I'm gonna fanboy.
pretty cool people going, like the guy who made Tales from the Gas Station, Jack Townsend. He's going. K-Ban and Kellum, who now owns the rights to the current Jeff the Killer canon. He's going. Junkfish, who made the original Monstrum game, they're going. So that's crazy. This is like a real fucking thing.
You know what? Because I can't do it now, but Chorus made like a tweet about people doing his voice on VR. And it'd be so funny if I joined. I was like,
Oh,
hey, what's going on, guys? What's what I miss?
Oh my god, why is it so good?
You're killing it, man. You're killing them.
Killing me. You're killing me.
Like, I could just do the chills voice then.
It's
No.
a pleasure to be here. So excited, Dad.
Ew, I'm so excited.
Oh man.
Why did you say it like that? I'm so excited.
Oh no.
I know he mispronounces stuff on purpose. I know he does. It's got to be
How's it going, guys? I'm so
marketing strategy or something.
excited.
He said Michael. He says
In this video, Mikael says,
it's like that's not how you say Michael at all.
Yeah, he has to be fucking with people.
I know he does it.
I know
He's
it.
so good at marketing. He's a genius actually.
He is
I
the
believe
genius.
I absolutely believe that.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna end the episode here. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
It was.
Of course, it was going to be because it's fucking GenSen. Subscribe, like,
Subscribe.
adore. What was that?
Stalk.
Wait, what was that? Stonks. There was like a little thing at the end where I said like subscribe, and he's like subscribe. What was that? Subscribe. Oh my god. Thank you guys so
did
much for
this.
tuning
Like an
in
actual troll.
to the podcast for this episode. I've had so much fun. Thank you so much, GenSen, for stopping by. It was a huge pleasure and a huge honor to have you on. Probably one of my favorite guests that I've ever had. I know I say that every time, but it keeps getting topped, so I don't fucking know. Maybe I'm just being a dick. I can't tell. But if you like this, please leave a like down below. If all of his things are in the description, I'm stumbling for some reason. I don't know why. I'm going to restart that. Sorry. Please go subscribe to GenSen on his YouTube channel. Follow him on Twitter and everywhere else. He is probably going to be doing some music soon, so look out for that. That's going to be cool. All of his updates are on Twitter, so go follow him there, like I said before. Go follow my lovely co-host, As the Raven Dreams, on Twitter, and follow him on YouTube. He does some really, really good shit. Also, go down to the description, and you can listen to all of this on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor, as well as we have a donate button. You do not have to donate, but it's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for listening in. GenSen, do you have anything that you would like to plug or say?
Here, I'm gonna put something in super chat. There we go. Let's get this real quick and see how long it takes.
Like you have been denied
to
your
go through.
negative.
No. I just got paid for commission and did
Don't waste your
animation or
commission money on me.
something. Shit.
That's your plug, huh? All right, cool.
Poo poo pee pee.
Oh, jeez.
Have you ever made poo poo pee pees?
I poo pooed in my pee pees. Anyway.
I can't believe my father found my shit sock.
Good way to end it, right?
Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Always appreciate it. Thank you, GenSen, man. You are a fantastic person, and this was a good time.
Like you trailed off like this was a good time.
That's because you're supposed to end it, not me. I'm just like,
all right,
this is gonna
fine.
keep going.
Jeez.
No, I'm just messing with you. It's okay.
I love all you guys. Thank you guys so much for everything and just making this podcast a thing. Because without you guys watching, it wouldn't be anything. But it also wouldn't be anything without the lovely guests that we have on every week. So thank you guys so much. We will see you guys next week for the guy who actually made the model for my avatar in VR chat and a bunch of intros that I've ever done. We're going to have Jingle Josh on. He's a very close friend of mine, and he's
Nice.
awesome to have. So tune in for that. And as always, we love you, and we'll see you guys next time.
Sleep well.